wait, this one's different. Like, this is about the moment someone realized they didn't just mess up a little bit. They crossed a major line with you. The worst part of this, they didn't think it was that big of a deal at the time. Like, to them, it felt normal. It felt like something that would just blow over. But your reaction, that showed them you meant real. And now they're sitting there realizing, oops, I messed everything up that one moment. This is pile 1. This is pile 2. This is pile 3. And this is pile 4. Now, as usual, I'll have a bonus message at the very end. Won't resonate with everyone, but for some of you it will. Let's start with pile 1. All right, pile 1, welcome. Okay. What messages can we get for pile 1? Starting off page 1. This is saying something that you cannot take back. Okay. It's also kind of fast energy here. So it's about like one moment. One comment, something they said that they didn't fully like think through. They kind of just verbally diarrheaed it out. Okay. But to them, it didn't seem that serious. It was like a joke or something sarcastic. Something like kind of dismissive. Look at the tower, but it crossed a line. But it was like a casual line cross. This person expected the conversation to just keep going like normal. See that? 5 of Cups. It always went on normally, but your energy kind of changed immediately. And when I say immediately, I mean immediately. Because check this out. Wheel of Fortune right here. This is you. You're not arguing. You're not over explaining. You just switch your vibe up. You give the vibe of the High Priestess. This is completely changing your whole energy here. Whoa. Oh, and it threw them off. Look at that. They weren't expecting it. They were blindsided here. This person is kind of just sitting there thinking like, wait, what happened? The moon. You got Pisces here. Because the vibe was just like that. It was fast. And they can feel it. Like, here's Virgo. So this is the vibe of you not saying something directly. You did not call them out, but you showed them the difference with your actions. And this Fool is them trying to figure out what the hell just happened. So they're replaying it over in their head. Ace of Arrows, replaying it. What did I say? Was it that bad? What did I do? Did I actually come across like a prick? That's what they're thinking. Ace of Cups here. So at first, they kind of like minimize what they said to you. Like, they're like, okay, like it wasn't even that bad. I could have said way worse. Here's Gemini. This is your energy not bouncing back. This is you not switching your ground, rather. Like you not smoothing it over. Ooh, look, and then this is them. It's hitting them now. They're like, wait, what? So it's not about like what they meant. These cards are so slippery. So it's not about what they said. It's about how it came across. And that's when look at that. King of Cups. That's when they had a reality check here. They're like, oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that. You also had Judgment come out. They're judging it from a different side of view, different point of view, And they're like, oh, I guess that's a line I cannot cross with them. 5 of Arrows. So this is them being very uncomfortable with this decision here. This person's not used to you just leaving. They're like, what? Huh? They're used to you smoothing things over, resetting. They get to sit here pretty while you come back and fix things between you two. And now when they think about that moment, it like sticks with them, like because to them it was so little, But to them, they see that it changed you. You see that? The Queen of Wands. So, sorry, I got a thing stuck on me here. Here we go. Knight of Wands. So it starts to get them a little bit, starts to hit them where it hurts, because they're going to keep going back to it over and over here. Like they're replaying in their head, not constantly, but enough to drive them a bit crazy. Here's Leo. 10 of Cups. This is them thinking about what they said, how they responded, how you got guarded afterwards. See that 10 of Wands. 6 of Arrows. This is you leaving. This is them realizing they pushed you to leave. They left you with all of these arrows and then you left. Their world's been completely switched. And at first they felt like they were stabbed in the back, like they got tricked by you. But then they're like, wait, no, it was because I said X, Y, and Z. So here's Libra. This person's going to try and bring things back to normal with like a stupid joke or something. And it's not obviously going to land the same way, right? Like here's Capricorn. You're going to be polite. You're going to be composed, but you are not opening back up at all. 8 of Cups, because did that and it didn't work out for you. 2 of Pentacles. This isn't temporary. This isn't you being in a mood. This is how you are with them now and everyone going forward now. There's also this deeper thought or like feeling that hits them here. Do you see that? 7 of Cups. They're like, have I done this before with all these people? Is that why X, Y, and Z and me didn't work out? You know? So it's kind of been like, I don't know, a self-reflection for them. You also got the Empress here. So this is them realizing you're worth more. And they're like, I need to show up differently. That's them, the 6 of Wands. This person didn't think that they crossed the line at first, though, like when they first said it to you. But now they're the King of Wands. They can see it very, very clearly. And they feel the impact of it here. Look, this Ace of Pentacles, this is a moment of them wanting to say something to you. Here's Sagittarius. Oh, and Aries. So this person's going to hesitate, though, because look at this. This is your shadow card, 8 of Arrows, because they don't know how you're going to see it. They feel kind of stuck, and that now you're going to be defensive. You see that? So now they're kind of like stuck as the Knight of Cups, and they're super, super uncertain. And that's where it settles in, that they don't really have all of this, I don't know, all of your emotions at the end of their sleeve. You know what I mean? Like they can't control you. This is also Aquarius. Oh, look, and Cancer was here too. So let me see what we can get you for love oracle cards. Get them a look inside their mind. I feel like this person's really regretting that they can't take it back what they did. The heat between us is intense because they feel a huge difference. Do not wait for me. Ooh, I wish I could be a different person. This is what they're saying to themselves. I cannot talk to you right now. I'm afraid to lose you. So pile 1, this person is regretting what they did. They regret starting all this drama with you. Do you see that? That was your shadow card. This person's regretful. They don't know how to move things forward. This person realizes they pushed you way too far and there's no coming back from it. If there's someone else's energy you're curious about as well, or you want a deeper look into this person, think about what other pile you're drawn to and choose that one. Otherwise, skip ahead to the very ending. I have a bonus collective message, but it won't resonate with everyone, but check it out if you do. And then, of course, I do have extended readings available as well in the description. So either we'll see you in the next pile or we'll see you in the bonus. Bye. All right. Pile 2, welcome. You chose the Amethyst. Oh, emotions, being pushed emotionally. You got Cancer right away. Oh, and Gemini. So this was a slow build. This wasn't like one line crossed like pile 1. This is like this person getting close to that line, pushing you, pushing that envelope a little further. You know what I mean? And you kept taking it for a while. Taurus. You're patient. You were understanding. You even gave them space when they said they needed a break. You didn't react every time, but you knew something felt off. And they got used to that. Look at that. This person knew that you would adjust and you would meet them where they're at, even if they were inconsistent. Oh, look at, there's a huge pattern here. They pull back, create distance, come back loud and clear, and each time you were sitting here waiting for them. Do you see that? Queen of Cups. Not perfect, but you would still engage with them. This is Libra as well. And it was enough to keep this connection going. So in their mind, they felt like this was great. This was a great relationship. There was no consequences. And here's Aries. Oh, look at that. This is a moment here. This one. They do something they've done before, though. Pulled back, act chill, went out, had fun. Created that same rocky road for you. Expecting you to take it on the chin. Expecting you to respond. Oh, look. Ace of Cups. But this time you don't. You're like, whatevs. You don't chase them. You don't question them. You don't try and fix it. You just stop engaging. And that gave them this Tower moment. Because at first they don't take you seriously. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. They're going to come back. And here's the Sun. But you don't. And now there's this moment where they feel it and it's like, ouch, wait, what? Because something's different. Like there's no reset like before. Like you're not putting in all the effort. You know what I mean? And that's when their change happens, but it's like internally. So you probably won't see it. This person's very aware of the silence and is noticing your lack of reaction. And right now it doesn't feel temporary because it's been going on for a while. And this is what they realize. They pushed you too far this time. Because now they're starting to understand something. See the Page of Swords? Oops, they realize something changed here. They're realizing you respond to it differently here. So right away they're shocked. They're like, what happened? Because they're used to you putting in all the effort. They're used to you being the hanged man, you engaging in it, like doing something about it. But you're doing nothing about it now. Ace of Swords, you're like, okay, I'm busy. See, right here, I'm busy. And now when they think about you, it's not that you're being quiet or acting distant. It's that you're literally not feeding their toxicity. Here we go. Here's Pisces as well. So when they really start to get hit with the sense of loss of control, they're going to start trying to get a reaction out of you. And they're not trying to get it in an obvious way here, Ace of Pentacles, but in small ways. They might post something, say something indirect, do something that normally would have gotten your attention. This is someone trying to egg you on. Here's Aquarius and here's Sagittarius. But as they're doing all of these things to press your buttons, you're not reacting. And they're realizing, oh no, this isn't a phase. This is just the way she is now. And then here we go. They start thinking okay, wait, why aren't they reacting the way they would? Because before, you would have reacted. You would have noticed, you would have said something, you would have been emotional about it, you would have freaked out, I think. That's what it looks like. You would have engaged with them in some way, shape, or form. And now, nothing. And that lack of response, that lack of, predictability is uncomfortable. You have Capricorn and you have Libra. So it feels like there's this moment of reflection for them where they start pulling away, they start being inconsistent, they start doing a push and pull, like I said, to get a reaction out of you, right? So now looking at it from this side, it feels different. it feels like they're experiencing distance and they're like, I want out of my emotions. They don't like it. They miss you. They miss kissing you. They miss hugging you. They're wondering, like, did I do this too many times? Did I push them too many times? And that's where the awareness starts to come in, that they wish they could be different. They're connecting these patterns, you know, and they see how they were the one that played a big part in this. And you didn't just randomly stop, is what they're realizing. It's you reach that breaking point, and that's what makes this feel final for them, because now they're not just dealing with your silence, your being pulled away. They're dealing with the fact that they've realized they've caused it. And that's where their reality check comes in. They didn't lose you in one moment. They lost you in all these little micro moments where they kept pushing you away. And you didn't react to them, but you felt them. And then finally that last time, you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's what hits them. So now, no matter what they try, they can't get the same reaction from you anymore. So that means something actually changed. Follow us into pile 3 or 4 if you're interested, or we have a bonus message at the very end. And don't forget, I do offer private readings, and there's a link below. So not everyone's going to be drawn to that bonus message at the end, but if you feel called, check it out. We'll see you there. Bye. Pile 3, welcome. You chose rose quartz. Okay. Oh. This one's about respect. It's not about feelings, not confusion. Sagittarius right here. This is just about respect. Look, communication. This person didn't think they were crossing a line, because this is behavior they've done before. The way they spoke to you was always sort of disrespectful. They always took advantage of your time. The way they showed up, this wasn't a new trait they inherited. But before, you were tolerating it. I don't think it was happily, though, if you look at these cards here. But you let it pass. You adjusted. You didn't make it a huge deal, though. King of Wands, you kept things moving, though. You kept the relationship going even when you were unhappy. So in their mind, things were normal. But look, then you turn into the Queen of Wands. So you make the world turn still. That's where it started to, change. Oh, yeah. This is them saying something casually. This is late energy, being slow, dismissing something you said, acting a little too comfortable, saying something very personal that you told them out loud to other people. And this time you don't let that shit slide. Here's Cancer and here's Aquarius. You shut that down. Look at that Wheel of Fortune. You flip the coin on them. Ace of Swords. You're like, no. We're not doing this anymore. You know? You're not trying to juggle things to keep things smooth. You're just like, no. You're not going to talk about my personal life in front of people. So this feels like. Here's Libra. They weren't expecting a reaction like that. This is kind of an entitled energy here, given the rest of your cards. And they pause and they're like, wait, what? But I always give her this. This is Page of Wands. And they're flipping it around on themselves, saying like, oh, she was so mean to me. You know, they make themselves the victim. I have Leo here as well. This person's comparing you to before, the way you would act, versus now. How would they have reacted before? Like, why are they acting like such a bitch now, is what they're thinking. But you're not even acting like one. Here's the Hierophant. This is Taurus. So they have this weird realization, and here's Aries. This person doesn't get treated like royalty anymore because they ain't shit. This person's understanding that something changed between you guys. Here's Virgo. It's not entirely because of what they did, because like I said, you were taking it, that whole relationship. But they're wondering what happened to that used to act cool in get-togethers, because they feel like something about you's changed in your I don't know, social atmosphere. But now they're realizing it's not just that you're acting differently in social atmospheres. You're acting differently overall. You're not tolerating their BS anymore, just like you used to, see? And so they see the entire dynamic differently. And at first they get a bit defensive. See that? But the Ace of Pentacles quickly says, nope, that's not how it goes. You need to give if you want to get. Page of Swords there as well. And now they're super uncomfortable. So they have the conflict card and they have the Three of Swords. This person keeps thinking about that moment, what they did, how they said it. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I'm going to offer her this, okay? But they're like, she's already gone. This person's almost like expecting you to soften things, like to come back around, to explain it to them, to smooth things over like you always do, you know? But of course you don't. You stay exactly how you were in that exact moment. Chill, icy, you know, unbothered, just different, you know? Because now they know this wasn't a one-time reaction. This is a standard. They feel like, why can't I tell you the truth? Because now you have actual standards. I wish I could understand, you know, they don't understand someone who has boundaries. And they're realizing they have to take you more serious, but they also feel like I can't express myself. And they kind of feel hopeless without you. This person's realizing when they were a bit too dismissive and they let you take on too much weight. Do you see that? But looking back, they do see that there was a bit of a pattern here and that they kind of were leaving it all on you. But the awareness they're feeling now doesn't feel very good. So they do realize though that in the beginning they were kind of getting away with too much, you know, and that you're not allowing it anymore. There's even this thought that hits them like, why did I think that was okay? I'm such an idiot. That's what they're thinking here. And that's where the change happens with them. Because now they're not just reacting to you or your boundary or your standards. They're questioning their own like behavior. And that hits people deeper. So this person's hesitating about interacting with you now. Like this person doesn't know how you're going to take it because they don't know if they can tell you the truth. They don't know what your new standard is. Before you would just take it on the chin, right? They didn't have to think about it. They didn't have to premeditate things. But now they know that you need to be met halfway. And that's where it hits them. So follow us into pile 4 if you're interested. Otherwise, follow us into the bonus message and we'll meet you there. It won't connect with everyone, but if you feel called, check it out. Oh, and also don't forget, I do offer personalized readings. The link is in the description. I'll see you there. Bye. Pile 4, welcome. Okay. Let's see. Feels like there was signs. This one didn't just come out of nowhere here. Oh yeah, Knight of Wands. This is little moments. You kept showing them little things and it just didn't sit right with you, you know? You showed them things you weren't happy with and they weren't reciprocating. You pulled back. They weren't really noticing at first though. But, okay, no, wait, they did notice it, but they didn't take you seriously here. They thought, oh, okay, it's not that deep. That's what the Knight of Cups confirms that. In their mind, it wasn't a real problem. You would never leave. That's what this is. So nothing changed on their end. Knight of Pentacles. They knew that you would always just catch up with them. Do you see that? You don't warn them. You don't build anything for them. You just stop. You stop showing up to things. You stop telling them things. There's no more hints, no more adjusting, no more trying to make it work. Here's Libra trying to pop out here. And that's what throws them around here because it feels sudden. but it wasn't, clearly. This is very slow energy. So there's this moment where they sit there and they're like, shit, when did my world change here? Because now your energy is fully gone. You're the Six of Wands now. It's not reduced. It's gone, not just like pulled back. You know what I mean? Here's Scorpio and here's Sagittarius. And that's when it really hits them here, you guys. They're saying to themselves, hold up, what just happened here? Aquarius. In their mind, there should have been like way more buildup to you leaving. They're like, why didn't I get more chances? I should have had time to fix this. Three of Wands, followed by the Two of Wands. This is them backpedaling. I'm trying to understand what went wrong here. That went from a 3 to a 2. You see that? This person's thinking about the last few interactions, thinking, where did I go wrong? What have I done? And that's when it starts to connect here, is Aries. All these little micro moments are just, they're noticing your energy changed. The times you pulled back and they weren't really noticeable. Cancer, they're noticing that, like, when the King of Swords came out here with the Cancer, it shows that they realized that they were a bit ignorant to your emotions. And that's when they're realizing they were warned. They just didn't notice the cues, you know? King of Wands. You didn't leave out of nowhere. You were giving them signs, so many. Here's Gemini. 5 of Cups. But they're realizing, oh, I just left them to their own emotions. I didn't help them. Oh, look at that 3 of Swords with Taurus. But now they feel like an idiot because it feels obvious to them. 9 of Swords. They feel like they should have caught this. And now when they think about you, it's not just that you're gone. Here's Capricorn. It's they can see exactly where they missed it, you know? And that's what makes it hit them. Ooh. Queen of Pentacles, this is you. They see you as this queen. They realize that they sort of left you out in the cold with the 9 of Wands and the Tower. Whoa. So this person's kind of trying to reclaim their power differently. Queen of Swords, they're like, but we are one. See, I understand you. I have all these offerings for you with my Ace of Pentacles. So this person feels like they're trying to change, trying to do things differently. But when they think about those specific moments where they miss the cues, they feel like they feel a bit embarrassed. Ace of Wands, they didn't take it seriously, but now it stands out. Like King of Cups, they're like, wait, that was actually important and I didn't support her. So this person's taking a moment where they're realizing you said something once and you didn't repeat yourself. You're like, be here or not. And you know what? They didn't show up. Ace of Cups, you did it alone. And that's where you were like, done. Because now you're like, I'm not leaving any freaking space for them. They weren't there when I needed them. They didn't even have a conversation with me about it. I'm done. I needed them there and they weren't. That's what this feels like. There's even this like thought that hits them after the fact, like after that situation, where they're like, I should have at least told them why I couldn't make it. Like I should have told them, don't wait for me. I won't be ready in time. My life is a mess right now. I just can't give you what I need. I wish I could just be a different person. I'm sorry, you know? This person's very regretful. They can't move on from you. If I could go back in time, I would handle all this differently. I'm better with my mind than my heart. So this person's hesitating though. Like they think about reaching out to you and they know that you're not really going to take their shit anymore. So this person doesn't think you have space for them anymore. Look, 10 of Swords, that's you leaving. They feel like you're out of reach. Now you're not just dealing with distance, like they're dealing with someone who is holding them accountable for not being there and not owning up to what they should have done for you, where they should have been for you. You didn't leave Suddenly, like, you left after being shown over and over that your words weren't being heard. You weren't being met. You weren't being nurtured the way you needed to be. So now they're sitting there connecting all these little dots, but it's already over. It's like, see all these dots? They're trying to fix it. They're like, they can't fix it because these dots don't go together. The answers were there the whole time. They just didn't recognize them until it was too late. So, wow. Stick around. Bonus messages right after this. If this feels very personal to you, I do offer personalized readings based off of your current situation. But right after this, bonus message. Meet me there. If you were called to the bonus, welcome. Here we go. So just hang on a sec. Don't skip this part. This is the part that they don't say out loud, and it's actually more important than what's already happened, Scorpio here. So what they're dealing with now isn't just regrets. It ain't just regret. It's like they're aware now, like delayed reactions, delayed awareness, This is like moments where they get smacked out of nowhere. They get hit out of nowhere. This person's not intentionally thinking about you, but it happens randomly. Here's Capricorn. This person will be doing something normal and they'll think like, wait, I didn't think they were actually going to dip. I didn't think they were going to leave. You got Temperance here, Sagittarius, and it lands like a lot heavier than they expected here. So they're realizing something very specific, Aquarius. This person doesn't think that your boundaries were real. Like they didn't take you seriously. They thought you were just talking shit. Here's King of Cups. And that you would bend because they thought they were superior to you. So now they're sitting with the fact that you didn't, that you're the high priestess here. And this changes how they see everything going forward. Here's Pisces. There's also something else happening here, though. So if you look at the high priestess with the moon, this isn't someone who does not feel confident approaching you. Here's Leo. This is them before they knew how to interact with you, what would land, what wouldn't. But now they're kind of more the Virgo here, Hermit. They don't know how far they can go. They don't know what you'll take. They don't know where that line is between you two anymore. And that creates hesitation. Here's Taurus, 9 of Cups here. This person doesn't want to cross any lines with you and screw themselves over any more than they already have. But they also don't know how to stay within those lines, I feel like. There's also a moment where they think about reaching out and it's not like a clear yes or no. It's just this weird in between moment. It's mixed up. They're like, what if this person doesn't respond the same? What if it's just no, thank you, So that uncertainty just lets them sit there and be beside themselves. They don't know what to do because before they didn't question your response ever, and now they are. So let's see if we can find any angel messages because this person's slowed down. They're paused. Some of these people are going to still try to reach out to you, but it's not going to be casual anymore. It's going to be bold. And I don't think it's going to be careless either. It's going to be calculated. But some of them won't. Because we had 4 piles, right? So we're talking about 4 different people. All right. What do our angels have to say for our lovely viewers today? Don't let life pass you by. So basically, don't put your life on hold for this person. You are what you think. This is all about manifesting here. Being with nature will give you the answers. That is very true. That is very true. And the last one, family is everything. Always put your family first. Well, thank you so much for spending your energy with me. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.